Tyrone. I just gotta get freaky for you because you love the hoes.
I don't care if they don't like me. I came here to stunt. Yeah. I don't care if they don't.
I just really wonder what the world would be like if men stopped trying to make us feel better, trying to accommodate our feelings. And I feel like it's a double standard because how many times do they do this for us and we accept it? How many times do we say, babe, how do I look in this? Or what do you think about this meal? Or they, just need to address us for something that they feel like we need to correct. And you know that they're choosing their words wisely. Instead of being like, you look like super fat in that. Or instead of them being like, honestly, this is like nasty as hell. I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, but this is nasty as hell. Like, how many times would they otherwise choose to be like, I just appreciate that you cooked for me, maybe next time could you just use a little bit less salt? Do we see that as them asking for permission or kissing our ass? No, we see that as them just being nice. And I think that if this version of being nice doesn't work for you, but you have an alternative way to still respect your man, then you got it, baby. But like, my point is not to try to tell you guys to kiss their ass or try to make them feel better. The point is, how can we find alternative ways to communicate our objective to them without being disrespectful? That is the overall point. For me, these examples I'm using, these have worked for me in my transition.
That's all facts. And see, this is something that I just need a lot of women to grasp. When it concerns communication, it is definitely key. Communication above all things is key. And when it concerns how you go about certain things that, food, clothes, the movies, whatever the scenario may be, there is a certain way that you have to communicate your disagreements, your upsets, and all this other type of stuff. Because I guarantee you would not have the same energy if it was for your boss, if it was somebody who was in a higher position. You will try to pick your words wisely. You would try to make it seem like as nice and happy as possible. So you need to keep that same energy, that same narrative, that same dialect with your significant other. You can't be going out and about treating other people, strangers, better than your own significant other, your soulmate, your lovey-dovey. I never understood that. I never understood how you can treat people who are strangers just because they have a higher position than you, just because they might give you a paycheck, and because they give you a paycheck, somehow the paycheck is somehow more valuable than the love and the care that you get from your significant other. Somehow, whatever happens at work, somehow, however the boss treats you, he deserves the respect. He deserves to be valued. But your significant other doesn't. Your husband doesn't deserve the same respect. Demeaning him, talking down on him. And it happens. I've made a couple of videos concerning these type of topics. So Miss Ruby has went out of her way to make beautiful videos, and I've shown videos, in a few of my previous videos concerning the basis on how to communicate with your significant other, and she hits it spot on with how to communicate. It may not be some of the best examples concerning how you might feel about it, but it's good enough. The message is there. It's directed. You don't need to have a 5-star action of a short clip, Denzel Washington, Viola Davis, Angela Bassett type of work. The message is there. You get the point, right? Talk to your significant other. Treat them like the person that they deserve to be treated in your relationship. Don't be talking out of your neck. Don't be always trying to be combative, always trying to gaslight, always trying to disregard taking accountability. Even if they are in the wrong, there's a way to negotiate and go about them being in the wrong. Aside from ad hominems, aside from talking down on them, aside from trying to hit low blows, trying to attack their manhood.
As I develop and become more mature in my relationship and more comfortable in this way of speaking, I'm sure that I'll find even better, healthier ways. That's why I appreciate y'all who are leaving comments, who are giving me better suggestions, because I can incorporate those in my real life. But to immediately go to I guess I'm just going to be single forever because I'm not willing to do X, Y, Z for a relationship, understand that you're making that choice. And think about all the times that you make that choice in other relationships, like with your boss. You're probably gonna choose your words wisely and ask for permission with your boss. Is your husband your boss? No, because I know somebody's gonna say that, but he is an individual in your life who just desires to be respected and looked up to and revered in a way. How many times do we bite our tongue when we're speaking to our parents? I know that your husband is not your parent, but at the same time, he's somebody who deserves a certain level of respect. So whatever it is that you got to do to get through to him, to make sure that he feels like the king of his castle, if he's providing, he's protecting, and he's going out of his way to accommodate you and your feelings, I just think that there's no balance to that. I think that if we get to a point where we can set our pride aside, understand that love does not exist in the same space as pride, it would be easier for us to see all the ways in which we can cater to our men better, and not see it so much as us lowering ourselves in order to do that. At the same time, this works for me, it may not work for you, but just a suggestion.
And a great suggestion. Not only in this day and age do you have a lot of women who don't understand the concept of submission, but you have a lot of women out here who have gotten to the point where they don't even want to commit to a man because of what they have been programmed with through social media. Some of these women even have never seen a proper or a functional relationship between a man and a woman in the household. So because of that, they are motivated to have the same motives as their mother, and that's to scam, live their best life, and not be committed to just one man. It's gotten to the point where you see some of these women out here who are so toxic that they're not willing to even show how much they love and cater to a man. You know, and it's unfortunate, but there are a lot of good women out there who know how to treat a man. There's a lot of good women out there who know how to submit, who know how to compromise, who know how to negotiate, who know, what it means to be in an actual relationship. Some of us have been given great examples and some of us haven't. And we had to learn on what not to do due to those bad examples. Some of us, we still desire marriage. We still desire to be in relationships. We just don't want what our parents had. But to get back on subject, it is very key, very crucial that if a woman is able to, submit or to obey or to give respect to her boss, if she's able to give respect to her parents, if she's able to give respect to her friends, she should give 10 times more of the respect to her husband, the father of her kids, for God. Like, I don't understand that. Like, how can some women not fathom the idea of not giving respect to their man? And I'm not saying this is common. There's a lot of women who feel the same way that Miss Ruby does. How is it in this day and age you have women out here who are bold enough to say that I won't commit to a man? I can't even show you that I can care for a man. What? How does that work? But anyways, that's all the time that I have for you today. Let me know how you feel about this video personally and respectfully in the comment section below. All right. And share this video with other people, your friends, your family, everybody. All right. And before you go, check out these other videos.
So you gotta live for something. Can't just be living for nothing. Might get a few checks, might get a few hoes, might get a few meals or something. Might get a new crib, put art in that bitch, I just might build me something. Might get a new whip, AP on my wrist, I just might kill me something. So you gotta live for something. Can't just be